All right, AIPA fans, buckle up, because today we're diving headfirst into the latest Fantastic Four buzz.
Fantastic Four, First Steps. Gotta love that title.
It's got that classic comic book vibe.
Oh, for sure.
So we've got a pretty exciting combo of source material for this deep dive. First, we've got that Marvel press release, hot off the presses, all about the trailer launch.
They really went all out for this one, didn't they?
Oh yeah, red carpet, Saturn V, rocket backdrop, a global live stream. I mean, talk about generating hype.
And then to add fuel to the fire, we've got that AV Club article that's digging into some AI controversy surrounding the movie posters.
Yeah, that's the part that really got my eye. Like, on one hand, we've got this awesome retro-futuristic 1960s setting, a planet-eating god.
Classic comic book stakes.
Exactly. But then we're also wading into this whole debate about AI and art, and where do we draw the line? It's a lot to unpack.
It's like the perfect storm of pop culture excitement and ethical dilemmas.
Well, let's tackle it one piece at a time.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so that Marvel press release, I mean, right off the bat, you can tell they're going for something big with this movie.
It's definitely giving off major blockbuster vibe.
I mean, choosing the U.S. Space and Rocket Center for the trailer launch. Genius.
Symbolism on point.
Right. Like, it's not just a superhero movie. It's about exploration, pushing boundaries.
And that retro-futuristic 1960s aesthetic they're going for, so cool.
It's like they're tapping into this nostalgia for this space race era, but with a modern twist.
It's a smart move, for sure.
And speaking of smart moves, can we talk about the casting for a second? Because, wow, they really nailed it.
Seriously, Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic, I mean, the man is on fire right now.
He's got that perfect blend of charm and intensity.
Exactly. And Vanessa Kirby as the Invisible Woman, she's got that ethereal quality about her.
Plus, she can definitely pull off the whole powerful woman vibe.
Oh, absolutely.
And you've got Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things as the Human Torch. That's some inspired casting right there.
I'm really excited to see what he brings to the role.
Me too. He's got that youthful energy, that sort of rebellious streak. Perfect for Johnny Storm.
And rounding out the team, we've got Eben Moss-Bachrach as the Thing.
He's such a fantastic character actor. I'm curious to see how he handles the whole, being transformed into a rock monster thing.
I think he'll do a great job. He's got the range.
So yeah, the cast is A+ on, but what about the story itself? I mean, we know they're going up against Galactus, right?
Oh yeah, planet-eating god and his herald. The Silver Surfer doesn't get much bigger than that.
Talk about high stakes. And the press release even teased that the threat becomes very personal for the team.
Ooh, classic Marvel move, leaving us wanting more.
They know how to hook us, that's for sure.
Speaking of hooks, are you ready to dive into that poster controversy?
Yeah, let's get into it.
Because that's where things get really interesting. And maybe a little bit unsettling. All right, welcome back to AIP Op.
Where we're knee-deep in Fantastic Four frenzy, A&D.
That's right.
This whole debate about AI and art, it's a lot.
It really is.
It's funny because before we started researching for this deep dive, I kind of had AI tucked away in my brain as like a future problem,
Yeah, I get that.
But then you start looking around and it's like, bam, AI is everywhere.
It's not just coming, it's already here.
Exactly. And it's moving so fast. I mean, we talked about movies and posters, but it is impacting music too, right?
Oh, absolutely. There are AI tools out there that can compose melodies, write lyrics. Some are even generating entire songs in different genres.
Whoa, okay, now that is both fascinating and kind of freaky.
Right.
Because, like, imagine if the next chart-topping hit was written by an algorithm. What does that mean for human musicians, songwriters?
It's a big question, and honestly, there's no easy answer.
Yeah, it's definitely a gray area.
Some people see AI as a threat. Others see it as a potential collaborator. There are even musicians who are embracing AI as a creative partner, using it to experiment and push their boundaries.
So it's not necessarily a case of AI versus humans. It's more like finding ways to coexist.
Exactly. It all comes down to how the technology is used and who's in control.
Which brings us back to that whole issue of transparency and ethics, right?
Right.
Because if we're not careful, AI could just end up churning out this generic, soulless content. It's like the robot takeover.
Yeah.
But for art and creativity.
It's a valid concern.
It is.
Right.
But there's also that flip side, right? Like the potential for AI to actually democratize creativity.
That's a really important point. AI could give people who might not have access to traditional training or resources the tools to express themselves in ways they never could before.
Oh, I like that. So it's not just about replacing human creativity. It's maybe more about expanding it, making it more accessible.
Exactly. It's about opening up new possibilities.
Okay, so much to think about. If you're as intrigued by this whole AI and pop culture thing as we are, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to AIPIP for more deep dives.
We appreciate you being here.
Okay, let's circle back to the Fantastic Four for a minute.
Back to our superheroes.
Do you think this whole poster controversy will actually affect how people see the movie? Like, will they be watching every scene looking for signs of AI?
I think it's possible that some viewers will be more attuned to it, yeah.
Like AI is on their radar now.
Right, but at the end of the day, whether the movie's successful or not will depend on the story, the acting, all those core elements of filmmaking.
So the controversy might spark some debate, but it won't necessarily make or break the film.
Exactly.
It's kind of ironic, though, isn't it?
What's that?
The Fantastic Four, they're all about pushing boundaries, exploring new frontiers. And now they're at the center of this whole debate about AI and the future of art.
It's very meta.
Right. It's like life imitating art or art imitating life. I can't even tell anymore.
Welcome to the age of AI.
And this is just the beginning, right? Like, as AI keeps evolving, these conversations are only going to get more complex.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a lot to wrap our heads around, but it's also kind of exciting, don't you think?
I agree. It's a time of incredible change and possibility.
Well, on that note, we're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back with part 3 of this deep dive.
Where we get down to the nitty-gritty of navigating the AI art world. So stay tuned.
All right, AIPLP is back.
And we're ready to wrap up this Fantastic Four AI extravaganza.
You know, it's been fascinating talking about the big picture stuff.
The ethics, the implications, the future of creativity.
Right, but now I kind of want to get practical.
Let's do it.
Like, how do we as fans, as consumers, as maybe even creators ourselves, how do we navigate this whole AI art world?
It's a great question, and I think a good starting point is building what we might call AI literacy.
AI literacy. Okay, I'm listening.
It's about understanding how AI works, recognizing its limitations, and learning to spot those telltale signs of AI in different kinds of media.
So, like, becoming AI detectives.
Exactly. You got it.
I like it. So, what are some of those signs we should be looking out for? Like, how can we tell if something's been made by AI?
Well, with visual art, pay close attention to things like textures, lighting, shadows, even perspective AI is still catching up when it comes to accurately representing those nuances of the real world.
Okay, so it's those little details that could give it away.
Right. And sometimes the inconsistencies are subtle, like the way faces are rendered.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those AI-generated portraits where everyone looks kind of plasticky.
Exactly. AI often struggles with those finer details of human features like hair, eyes, teeth. You might notice a weird uniformity.
Like everyone's got the same perfect smile.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a classic sign that AI might be involved.
So we're training our eyes to be more discerning, to notice those little glitches.
Right, because it's not just about spotting the flaws, it's also about appreciating what makes human-created art so unique.
Yeah, those imperfections, the emotional nuances, the personal touch, those are things algorithms can't replicate.
At least not yet.
And beyond the visuals, are there other ways to stay informed? Like, what can we do as consumers?
Pay attention to credits, look for disclaimers, see if there's any mention of AI tools being used.
And if something seems off, don't be afraid to ask questions.
Absolutely. Reach out to the creators, engage in online discussions, do some digging yourself.
Love it. Curiosity and critical thinking, those are our superpowers in this whole AI evolution.
I couldn't agree more.
And, you know, it's easy to get caught up in the doom and gloom scenarios, but AI can also be a force for good in the creative world.
For sure.
It's all about how we use it, right?
Exactly. AI can be a tool for collaboration, for experimentation, for breaking down barriers.
And it can give a platform to new voices, to creators who might not have had the resources before.
Precisely. The possibilities are really exciting.
So it's not about fearing AI. It's about learning how to use it ethically, responsibly, and in a way that enhances human creativity.
Well said.
Well, we've reached the end of our Fantastic Four AI adventure.
It's been a wild ride.
It has. But this is just the beginning of the conversation, right?
Oh, absolutely. This is an ongoing journey as AI continues to evolve.
So as we navigate this uncharted territory, let's stay curious, stay engaged, and most importantly, let's keep creating.
Couldn't agree more.
Huge thank you to all our amazing AIPOP listeners for joining us on this deep dive.
We appreciate you being here.
We'll catch you the next episode.